Just feel your body relaxing. We're going to go again. Get ready and go.
Namaste, namaste, namaste.
When you're done with third one again, let yourself rest for a moment. Be aware of every part of your body, how it feels right now. We're going to go one more time, and this time take in real deep breaths. Just make it count. Make it so that your whole body participates. Let go of anything. Ready and go.
Namaste, namaste,
When you're done with 30, I just want you to relax. If you want, you can put your hands on your heart, just feel your heart for a moment. I just want you fully aware of your body right now. I want you to inhale in, and I want you to go on a journey and just imagine yourself. Imagine yourself 100 days from now. Imagine different areas of your life that you care about. Imagine them transforming into the way that you'd like them to be 100 days from now. And have a look at your life. Go through different categories of your life. Whether it's your relationships, whether it's your finance, whether it's your business or career, your family, your friends, something fun, something you've always wanted to do. Something that you've been just putting away and not following through with. What does it feel like to be you when all these areas of your life have changed? What does it feel like to look in the mirror when you know that you've achieved so much? Inhale in that feeling. Inhale in that victory. Inhale in the amazing pride that you have. Look at your life, what's possible for you now. What can you do now that you couldn't do before or wasn't as effective before? Inhale in the gratitude for that. Feel it, see it, be it, live it. Be it in every part of your body as if it's there right now. And now think of who else in your life this is affecting. The fact that you're here 100 days from now, following through with all these goals you had for yourself, who else is this having an impact on? And how? I want you to look at the people around you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your community, your workplace. even people on the street. I want you to sense the difference. Sense that feeling of being you 100 days from now. I want you to anchor that into your body. I want you to sit the way you would be sitting. I want you to breathe the way you would be breathing. Become that person today and be that person on this call today. I want you to imagine one more thing. Imagine what it's like to have a whole group of people from all over the world achieving what you've achieved. Challenging themselves the way you're challenging yourself. Most of all, keeping you accountable, never letting you fail, never letting you give up. Imagine being a contribution to others. What would other people tell you? How would they thank you if you took them on this journey and you helped them achieve what they've always dreamed of? I want you to pull out those thank you letters, those emails, those messages. Just read through them one by one. Thank you. Thank you for following your dreams so that this would be possible for me. Thank you. Thank you for helping me achieve my dreams when I didn't believe that I could. Thank you. Thank you for achieving what you have and inspiring me to do the same. Thank you for believing. Thank you for being you. I want you to open one final letter. It's a letter that you're getting in the mail. So go to the mailbox and just open it up. Look at the envelope. It's this really pretty envelope. It has really pretty writing on it, and it looks like someone just put a lot of effort. Making this envelope just seems so attractive and beautiful. But this envelope, it doesn't have a name on it. It doesn't have an address. It's just so pretty, and it has just one thing written on it. It says, "Open me." So you can't wait. Just take that envelope and run inside and go grab something so that you can open this envelope without damaging it. You know, one of those envelope openers or just some scissors. And get ready, just sit down so that you can be fully prepared for this letter because it looks so valuable, so significant. You just want to clear anything away and just sit down and just be with this letter for a moment. So just sit down in your favorite spot in your house or wherever you are. And get ready to just open that letter up. Just open the envelope. Take whatever it is you took and just open it up really excitedly. And now take out the paper in there. It's this really special paper. It's this beautiful paper. Actually, you've never seen a paper so cool before. It's just the way you like it. It's your favorite color. And it's just so nice, and it's folded in half, so you have to open it to see what's written on it. So just inhale in, and get ready to open that letter and see who it's from. Open it up, and as you're opening it up, you see that it says in really big block, beautiful letters, it says, "Thank you." You're so excited to see this thank you. You feel it. You see the effort. You see the colors. You see that everything was matched up so that you really, really get the gratitude that's written on this letter. But who's it from? It doesn't say anything on the front, so maybe you missed it. Maybe it's on the back. You just turn that page around, and you're noticing in small writing, there's something written there. So hold it up close to you and see what it says. It says, with all the gratitude, you. This letter is from you. And this letter is a thank you. You can feel the chills running through your body just because you know that you sent yourself that letter knowing that you would follow through with all your goals on this challenge. You knew that you'd have something to be thankful for, and you made that letter before you even experienced everything there was to experience. But now that you're reading it, it makes so much sense. Now, 100 days later, you know what this thank you is about. You know what you did in order to receive this thank you. I want you to feel that gratitude that you just got from yourself and just inhale it in and read it over and over to yourself. Just say thank you. And just take a deep breath and feel all that good energy in. And exhale. One more time, inhale in all the gratitude from everybody and from yourself. And get ready. In a moment, we're going to open our eyes and we're going to be at that place at the end of this challenge where you deserved all the thank yous that you just got, and there's only one thing left to do. And that one thing that's left to do is to celebrate. So open your eyes and take a moment and just celebrate. Yes, just take a moment, feel good, stretch your bodies out, however it feels good. Put your hands up, your hands down, roll your head. Woo! I see some people jumping, yes. You feel really good. You can also release a really good sound of intensity. Woo! Woo! Yes, let's rock out for another 20 seconds with me. Yes. All right. Yes. Good morning. Happy Sunday and welcome to our incredible, one-of-a-kind, iinspire 100-day challenge call and our brand new, really brand new rapid results challenge, which I'm so excited about. Yes. My name is Yahli. I'm a coach, entrepreneur, and a rock star. And I really just want to welcome all you guys to the call today. I'm going to start by apologizing for the lateness and a bit of technical difficulty that we had on this call today. One of the things we're going to discuss today is integrity, and that's so super important for everything that we're going to create here together. So just to kind of resolve and complete that integrity for you, I just want to take full responsibility for the noise or anything that didn't work out on the call today. And I'm going to take full responsibility because Maybe I could have ran some tests beforehand. Maybe I could have written on the group to make sure that you're muted before you come on. Maybe I could have just resolved it by muting everyone beforehand, or by thinking of different ways that I could have, covered for it like I did right now. So there were a lot of things that I could have done. And instead of that, I kind of wasted your time on this call. And a lot of you arrived on time today. So I'm taking full responsibility for that. And I'm aware of the fact that it may make you guys have some concerns about the quality of this call, or maybe it not being as, efficient or productive as you wanted it to. I know you guys have so many things you could have done right now, today. You're all busy people with great and extraordinary lives, but you chose to be on this call today, and I appreciate that so much. So I will make double effort to make this call be super speedy and effective, just so that you guys don't miss out on anything at all. And there's also going to be a recording of this, and it's going to be uploaded by tomorrow. So if you guys, can't be all the way till the end of this call is very important. So I want you guys to be able to watch it later, or if you know anybody out there that, can't be here today but really wanted to be, then then make sure that that they get to watch the video later. Like I said, it will be uploaded to our group within one day. Okay, there are so many things we have to cover on this call, but the first thing we're going to cover it really relates to the exercise we just did. Now, I'm sure we have a lot of people on this call who are brand new to the challenge, or even brand new to these calls in general, or to iinspire. So first of all, welcome. Welcome to iinspire. Welcome to the challenge. I'm so excited to have these 100 days with you, to experience them, to make sure that we all, have rapid results in our lives in areas that are important to us. I welcome you, and I'm so excited to share this time with you guys in this community. Secondly, I just want to mention that, anything that you're not familiar with on these calls, or any questions that may rise throughout these calls, you can either write in the chat room. You guys can help each other out down there in the chat box below. There's also a chat in the phone or tablet. Well, yeah, if you're using the app, not the phone itself. And you can also, if you're a part of our 100-day challenge group, you can always use that for any questions that you guys have. The exercise we just did, that was kind of a priming, we can call it, exercise. It's inspired by Tony Robbins, who does a lot of those power breaths and exercises similar to that. And I just love them, so I make little twists of my own, but make sure that we're all kind of connected to ourselves and go on a journey. I think that visualization is so super important, and also physiology. So starting the morning out or your day out with an exercise like that, it's just like the whole point of that is to really just anchor in all the feelings, to visualize what's possible, to make it more real, more vivid, and also to just, change your state, make sure you're happy, you're focused where you want to be focused, and all of those things. Because in everyday life, we normally don't take a break and do that. We actually just, are busy and focused on the next thing we have to do. And a lot of times that's just not empowering. And who we want to be on this challenge in the next 100 days is we want to be people who are constantly changing our focus, changing our state, and making sure that we're following through with our goals. And a part of that is just going to be in the way that you are being throughout your day. It's not, following through with your goals, it doesn't require time. Some of you guys are on this call, I know, and still thinking about whether or not you should register to this challenge, because one of your reasons why not is, I just don't have the time. I'm doing so many things, more than probably the rest of the people here, and I just can't find the time for the calls, the buddies, the this, the that. Honestly, I want you to know one thing. Time is not the most important thing on this challenge. What's the most important thing on this challenge is focus. So as long as you're focused on your goals, you spend 5 minutes most of the 5 days a week where you're getting your videos from Jairek. I'm going to go over all those things in a moment in case you haven't heard of the challenge yet or you don't know what it includes. But you know, those 5 minutes, or if you could do it a couple of days a week, or if you choose the chunks of things that you can do. But if you can remind yourself what your goals are every day, which can take a minute and a half, and if you could change your state regularly or just concentrate and visualize, if you can spare the few minutes to do that, I promise you you'll already have the drive and the momentum to run and race towards your goals in ways that you haven't done before. So it's really not about time. What we did on this exercise is we opened up letters of gratitude that we received from other people, which we're going to receive, I'm sure, at the end of this challenge. But one of the things that was special is we received a letter from ourselves. And a lot of you guys here already know that you're gonna be a part of this challenge. So one of the things that I'm giving you as a bonus for this first week here is to write that letter to yourself. Write a letter to yourself, and only 100 days from now, you're going to open it up. Now, the way that you create this letter is the way that you visualize everything working out. Okay, so if you need to do that at home, again, you can use the recording that we had. But you want to visualize, you know, where you're at the end of this challenge. Just feel that gratitude and write yourself a thank you letter. Now you can make it the big blocks that say thank you, or you could actually add details of why. Whatever it is that empowers you, but take the time to make a really, really cool letter to yourself. Make it the best letter to yourself. And then put it aside. Sorry, I'll close Facebook here. And then put it aside, so I'll remind you guys to read it at the end of this challenge. Okay, so that is one of the things that we can do today. I see some of you guys with paper and pen and writing down. I love that, and thank you. And if one of you is willing to share your notes afterwards, then please private message me on Facebook after this call so that we can post about it later. And just remind everyone what our goals are for this challenge today. I wanna run to a different part of this call that's really important. A lot of you guys have been a part of the previous 100-day challenge. Some of you guys have been a part of the morning calls, the iinspire morning calls that we have Monday through Friday. And then some of you are none of the above. But those of you who are a part of the calls, I want you guys to know that we're making some changes. These calls are not going to be the same as the other calls. One of the things that's become really important for me throughout this challenge, and is going to be important for us as a whole, as a group, in the upcoming challenge, is to really just be accountable to success. Take things really seriously. We're still going to have fun and party and rock out, no worries. But we're going to be super integrity masters. And a part of that means that these calls, first of all, are going to be closed off, shut off, only available to those of you registered to the challenge. Now, those of you not registered, that may bum you out, but those of you registered, you guys know that you can appreciate that, you know, that the people around you, you know, are all doing the challenge with you, and they're all, you know, your family on this journey. And everyone is there at the same time, just following through at the same time and experiencing and going through what you're going through. And I know that's going to be very powerful. And the way that we're going to relate to each other on these calls, because of that, is going to be even more powerful than before. Another thing is we're going to have email lists, and you guys are going to get emails. Now, a little note on that, if we're speaking of integrity again, a lot of you guys have pre-registered, a lot. And there's been a lot of technical problem. You guys haven't been able to register if you're pre-registered. And I know I saw the messaging, and You guys may be surprised, but I actually skipped 2 nights and wasn't sleeping. And Jairek and I have been back and forth kind of figuring out the best system in order to make sure that everything works out. And it's just, there's so many things to cover that, well, no excuses, it just didn't work out yet. But very, very close to it. So my promise to you guys is that when this call ends, within 3 hours, you all are gonna get an email with the registration link. So go out and register ASAP, because you don't wanna accidentally, you know, miss out on registration days. Another thing is, if you guys have pre-registered and can prove it, and for some odd reason couldn't, because of this technical error, register, and will need an extra 2 days because that's what you guys missed, then if you write me an email, you will get those extra 2 days. But only if I see you on the pre-registration link, which doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so just to be fair and have integrity around that, I promise 10 registration days. So I just want to make sure that that exists for you. And I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but you know, I'm new to all of these things. So working them out, and really happy to be working them out, because it's taking me a step higher than I was before. You guys are just getting to experience that. And I think it's a beautiful part of this challenge, is to see everyone grow, including your host, including everyone. So yeah, so that's a part of it. Just working out those whole email list things for the first time, and loving it. So yeah, so within 3 hours. Another thing you're going to receive in your email by tomorrow is you're going to receive some points for the integrity challenge I'm going to mention in a moment. That's really, really, really exciting. And those of you who pre-registered are going to get your pre-registration benefits also in your email. So a lot of things arriving, and it's good, because here's the way things are going to work. The way things are going to work is we're starting our 100 days. However, the first 10 days, because there are 10 days of registration, during these days, we're going to do some fun challenges of our own. Those of you already on here and registered today or tomorrow, you're going to get the early bird benefits of choosing your mastermind groups and accountability buddies, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a moment. And another thing you're going to get to do is you're going to get, what are you going to get to do? I forgot what I wanted to say. So funny. I don't know what I wanted to say. But yeah, but what you're going to get is to spend these days, you know, kind of prepping for Jairek's program. And we're going to start the Rapid Results program together with everyone who registered at the end of registration. So registration ends May 10th officially. And we actually have a call on Sunday, May 10th, right? A week from now. And we're going to prepare and all start the Rapid Results program on Monday, May 11th. Okay, so everyone registered. The program is going to start. You're going to receive your first email with your first video on Monday, May 11th. So make sure that if you guys have to make some adjustments in your schedule, this is another thing I want you to spend these days on. It's just a 5-minute video. It has a worksheet with it that may require another 10, 15 minutes of your time. The way that it's built is that you're going to get 5-minute video from Jairek Robbins every Monday through Friday. The Friday videos are going to require more time from you than the videos during the week, especially so that you can do some things on the weekend. So manage your schedule. Make sure that if you have to wake up now 5-10 minutes earlier, start adjusting to that this week. Again, it doesn't require much. Do the same thing, live the same life as you have before. Just set your alarm clock to 5, 10, 15 minutes earlier. Okay? The best thing, the most effective way to go about this is to do it in the morning, because you don't have any excuse that come up yet. Okay, there are a bunch of reasons. I won't go into them, but best ways in the morning. If you really can't, for some reason, then choose another time. But I really recommend putting it in your schedule, adjusting to it, and getting ready for that. So if you need to do something else now for 15 minutes, do that just to get used to using up that time in order to, you know, be effective. So you can take that, you know, letter making, and you can say, okay, for the first 3 days of this week, I'm going to be writing that letter to myself, the thank you letter. Okay, cool. So I'm going to run into the integrity challenge. And just before that, I just want to give you guys a chance to kind of stretch out. Again, you're sitting here for a while. And before we talk about that, I'm going to have your participation throughout this call. I want to just take a moment and feel really good. So, let's party just a little bit. Inhale. Sorry if you can't hear me. Inhale, exhale, and get ready to rock out. You're excited, even if I can't hear you. Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. One more time.
Yes.
Come on and say yes.
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 Round of applause for you. All right. Cool. So let's run into the integrity challenge, which is this week's challenge. And I really just want you guys to really fully grasp the importance of this. So we're going to start by asking one or two or three of you, depending on how long or how short you make your shares, what does integrity mean to you? Sorry, there's some noise on the line. What does integrity mean to you? What do you think it is? Define it, say it. Who's brave enough to share? You'll need to unmute yourself. So someone who can unmute themselves, there's no right answer. It's just like, what does it mean to you? And I see Carmel raising your hand, but also if you guys are maybe not using video and you guys want to share, then just speak up, say your name. And if you want to know how we present ourselves on iinspire, we say our names followed by I'm a rock star or anything that we love. That just empowers us. You know how in AA meetings and things like that, they say, you know, I'm this and that and I'm an alcoholic. So one of the things that we believe in is that, you know, our language defines like reality and it creates reality. So we decided to flip that up, and instead of using something like that to unempower ourselves and keep us addicted for life, we this, by the way, was sorry, by the way, was inspired by Carolyn Rim. So we decided to call ourselves rock stars or something that empowers us and anchor that in instead. All right, so I'm Yahli and I'm a rock star. And Carmel, you may share.
Okay, Yahli. Yay. All right, I'm Carmel and I am a love warrior.
Woo!
Woo!
And I love the concept of integrity. To me, it means the words that come to mind are alignment, congruency, harmony, sort of that our outside matches our inside, where our values and philosophies are reflected by our behaviors. What we do, what we say we're going to do, so we're in integrity, and we be who we are. That's how it feels to me.
Wow, I love that. Let's give her a round of applause, even if it's silent. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes. Who else wants to share what integrity is to them?
Hi, this is Lisette and I'm a rock star.
Yes.
Woo!
Basically, this I learned from Tony Robbins, from the Mama Bear in Tony Robbins, to whoever that has been there, you know, guys. Basically, for me, integrity is to do the right thing, even if it's to do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing. Because sometimes we put on our minds that we don't know exactly what we want to do because it's so hard to do it. But basically, just do the right thing, even if it's the hard thing. That's
Yes.
it.
I love it. Yes. Round of applause for Lizette. Thank you. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, one more person. Who else wants to share what integrity is for them?
I want to.
Yes, Maria, go ahead.
Hi, you guys. I'm Maria do Sol. I'm changing my name. I kind of changed my name for a translation that means Sun Mary. I'm in the middle of it.
Yes.
Because it's the translation of my name. That in Portuguese, Maria do Sol, it's Sun Mary. And I'm outstanding.
Woo!
Just making it quick. Well, adding to that Carmel and also Lechita said, integrity also means for me, and also I believe for you, finding ways to integrate our personalities, being one with yourself, walk your talk, being who you are here to be, and keep yourself inspired and believing in your heart. So that's integrity also added to all the beautiful things that others said.
I love it. Thank you, Maria. Yes. Beautiful shares. Thank you, guys. And totally and completely, all of these things were completely correct and beautiful. And integrity is it's just so much. I think integrity is actually, if we look at it really, and we're going to get this more and more as we go throughout the challenge, but integrity is all we have. And I'll explain myself, okay? You know, we can say that we're, you know, really effective people. We can say that we're responsible. We can say that we're loving. We can say that we're giving, you know. Now, let's just say I'm a really responsible person, and I'm loving and I'm giving. And now, you know, I have a mastermind meeting with a group of people who are accountable to my success. I'm accountable to theirs. You know, we all love each other. We're so respectful of each other's time. Everyone moved things away. One lady to, you know, got a babysitter. Another guy, you know, pushed something off that he had to do. Everyone did whatever they did in order to get to this meeting. And the mastermind meeting begins, and wow, but I have so many things to do that day that I just like, I'm late. So I show up maybe 10 minutes late, and I just, you know, I'm just in the middle of something, and I have like my best friend still in my house because we were just hanging out. So she'll just be there. You know, it won't really bother us, but she'll be there next to us. And I show up, and, you know, I'm just really distracted because she's talking to me, and I didn't finish, you know, whatever it is I have to later. And I get on the call, and, you know, I care so much, and I'm so loving, but I interrupt the call, you know, and I just start with my excuses. I'm like, oh, you guys, I'm sorry, there's so much I have to do today. And, well, my friend's here. You know what, you guys, I'll just be in and out. You know, I'll mute myself, but I'll just, like, what if I was that way with my mastermind group? What if I was that way with you guys? Would that still make me a loving, giving person who's effective? Probably not. But what was the difference? You know, the difference is that what I said I am and what I was doing was not in line with each other. So there's lack of integrity there. And that's what it's all about. If we want to be something in our lives, it's not enough that we say it. It's not enough that we repeat it. It's not enough that we visualize it. It's not enough that we put it on our walls every day and we scream it. I'm happy, I'm rich, I'm loving, I'm effective. You know, it's not enough. It's not enough that we watch daily videos of Jairek. It's not enough that we come on the calls. It's really just not enough. And this is not something that should be kind of scary. And it's not something that should be big. And I'll explain why in a moment. But I just want you to, first of all, just understand the importance of standing behind your words. Who you said you were is who you'll become if you're in line with that. Okay? So once other people see what you said being true, that's who you become. And one of the metaphors that I love a lot is like that. When you practice integrity, and you're going to practice integrity in your lives this week, when you practice integrity, what ends up happening, if you say you're going to be on time, you're on time. And if you're not on time, by the way, you communicate it in an empowering way that doesn't affect the other people, not yourself. I'll explain more as we go. But you communicate it. And if who you said you were, if you were loving, then what the actions you took were loving actions, they proved that you were a loving person. So if you are in line with everything you said you would do, and you have integrity in your life, you know what's going to happen? Once you're used to that, once you've practiced it, and once you're a person of your word, when you say something, it's almost like you can say chair, and a chair falls out of your mouth. Okay, so, and that's just a metaphor, so you remember that. But what I mean is, you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to make my first million this year, and it's going to happen. Because everything you've said, you've been in line with. So it's your trust to yourself. That's what you're going to be earning when you have integrity in your life. And that integrity comes everywhere, okay? It's not just being on time. It's everywhere in your life. So we're going to have a really unique opportunity. All of you guys on this call today, and especially the ones registering and starting the challenge, you're going to have a unique opportunity to get a head start by cleaning your life up. You're going to start this challenge so fresh that you're going to have all this new space to create new things in your life. And what do I mean by that? I mean, we're going to go over some areas of your life where you can have integrity and practice integrity throughout this challenge. They're going to make a real massive difference to you. And you're going to get challenged to spend the next 7 days making some things in your life really, really integrity focused. So let's start with where we can bring integrity on these calls or in the challenge. In this upcoming challenge, we're going to have a few elements that require our participation, or at least, we can participate in. One is these calls on Sunday. 2 is our mastermind groups that we're going to be a part of in order to make sure that we reach our goals in the best way possible and get all the support we need. And 3, accountability buddies. It's one person you're going to be paired up with. It's accountable to your success. You're going to form habits with. Those 3 areas, I am challenging you throughout this challenge to have full integrity for. That includes, and I'll remind this throughout the challenge, but that includes arriving on time. Who you are and how you show up on this challenge for the other people is how you show up in your life. So every time you're on time, you'll be on time for them. And when you're on time for them, you'll start having things show up for you in your life as well, on time. You'll see that that's just the way it works. So we're going to respect each other's time, and we're going to show up on time, including these Sunday calls. I may even, and I know this sounds strict, but it's not out of strictness. It's out of respect to those who do arrive on time. I may, at some point in the beginning of the call, and I'm going to survey you guys just to make sure that you're all in agreement with this. Okay, we're going to make agreements together. We're really going to be a close-knit group, even though we're going to be a lot of people. So we're going to close off the entrance to the call at some point during the call. And we're going to decide if it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It really depends on what you're allowing yourself to challenge yourself to. But yeah, but at some point it's going to close off, and those people who didn't arrive on time can still watch the video. So don't worry about it. But yeah, but you do want to participate, so you want to make it on time. So you may have to adjust. And why? Why am I being so mean? I'm not. I'm making sure that the way that this works is that everyone has so much respect and integrity that we create things that we've never created before together, that we can trust in this group like we haven't been able to trust in other groups. And that's the impact, that's the power that I want to create on our next calls. And I'm just going to run through quickly. You're going to have an opportunity to discuss integrity with your mastermind groups and create, you know, areas where integrity is important to you guys. So those of you writing down, just write down also that within your mastermind groups, one of the first things you want to do is you want to discuss integrity and see where it's important for you to have integrity and what it means to you, and just discuss that with your team members. Okay? And lastly, I'm just going to run into the integrity challenge, and then we're going to run through something quickly. I'm going to end the call with questions. So the integrity challenge is about all those areas of your life where you lack integrity, but it seems so small. And so, you know, it's just those little things you don't get to. I'm challenging you to get to those things this week. Yes, this week. I know it's the busiest week of your life. I know it just happened to be the busiest week of your life. But I'm challenging you to do it this week. Okay? So I will give you some examples, and you guys can come up with other examples. And one of the things that will require participation and will have a lot of integrity for is sharing, okay? We're going to learn the importance of sharing. So share, because that's a part of the integrity, a part of being who you want to be. If you want people to be accountable to your success, if you want people to share with you, you're going to have to do the same for them. So share on the group today. Share areas of your life where you realize you don't have integrity, and you're going to restore that this week. And I'm going to run through some examples, and as I do, brainstorm yourselves, you know, what those areas can be. And I want to hear one or two of you say an area. So if you have something pop up, then let me know. Okay. Bills. That's number one. Okay. Who has some bills that they haven't paid, especially those bills that you're procrastinating on for a reason? I don't know, whatever it is. It might be fines for something. I know you guys can already see it in your head, okay? So bills, anything financial that hasn't been paid. Now, yes, maybe you don't have the money, you can't afford it right now. Okay, so how can you still restore integrity there? Make a plan. Spend this week and write down when it's going to happen, okay? So just make a list. It won't take much of your time, but you want to know and be kind of at ease about that happening. So instead of having it sit here on your shoulder all day long, like, oh no, someday, one day, when I have the money, when I can, when I do. No, you're gonna have it written down. You're gonna know that until January, you don't have to touch this thing, or until then, you don't have to touch this thing. Or you put aside a certain amount of money every week, every month, in order to pay that off. Make that plan this week, okay? Plan how to deal with financials. And now that can go even broader, okay? If you guys have debt that hasn't been paid off, okay? Or anything like that. Or you guys have wanted to start some savings and haven't started it because it's not time yet. Make a plan for that, or even go a step further and just do it, okay? Open that savings account, or close off some of that debt, or call your bank and work out some system where you can pay it off, you know, in small increments over the next year, 2, 5, 7, whatever. Do that in order to have major progress in that area. So even if you can't close it off and deal with it, just spend the time you need in order to plan. And you want to make some progress, because you'll feel like a brand new person when you do that. So money, financials, we covered that. Now let's talk about your space. Some of you guys are the cleanest neat freaks ever, okay? Some of you guys, you know, you won't like move a thing, you know, there's no dust anywhere, like on top of anything. Some of you guys are that clean, but your car, not so much, you know? or that one drawer, not so much. Or that closet that no one can see that you really need in order to cramp anything in there whenever you have guests come over. Yeah, that closet, the one you've been promising yourself, your husband, your wife, whatever, that you'd clean out really shortly. Yes, that one thing. Just think of what that thing is in your life. Where is that load of junk in your life? And if it sounds like too much because you're just the messiest person ever, then find 1 or 2 areas, okay? Or just leverage it to someone else. Get a cleaner, yes. Or get a plan for a cleaner, okay? Let's say you're the messiest person in the world and you can't afford a cleaner. Then just like you made financial plans before, make a plan when you get your cleaner and how you're going to pay for it. Okay, even if it's a year from now, just plan. I want you guys to have those things figured out for yourselves. So that's another incredible example. Go wash your cars, go clean. Like, I want you guys to be so oddly integrity freaks this week that people in your life start asking you what the hell is going on. Okay, it's like, but you're so happy. But why are you cleaning out that drawer, Mom? Or, why are you, just do it. And lastly, anything that comes up, we're running out of time. So anything that comes up that you haven't been doing, that you've been stalling on, and I'm not talking about big goals. We're going to have 100 days for your goals. Just any places where you lack integrity in your life, things you tell yourself you're going to do and you're not doing, resolve that. If it looks like a big goal, put it on paper and say, I'm going to do this on the challenge. If it's small, do it now or have a plan for it. And share. If you guys are writing, write in block letters, share, okay? Because you sharing what you did or what you came up with, it may inspire other people to do the same. So that's your integrity challenge. And if you're excited about that, I want you really just to kind of, first of all, be at ease, because I know a lot of you guys are now like really tense. It's like freaking out, like, holy shit. But I promise you, the way you feel after you clean out a drawer or do that thing you haven't done or make a plan for your finances is a whole new you. So I want you to really challenge yourself to do that. Do not start the challenge without doing this if you're on the call today. And trust me, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be so challenging that you're going to end this call being really excited. And then when you get to that drawer and open it, you're going to be hungry. And then you're going to go eat a sandwich. And then when you go eat a sandwich, you're going to call that friend you haven't called. And somehow it's going to be pushed aside. Challenge yourself. And one of the ways to do that is sharing. So you can even share before you go out and do that and keep yourself accountable that way so that we know you're going to pull it off. Okay. I just want you to kind of relax, inhale, exhale. Just imagine yourself after those things have been done. And just celebrate that for a moment. Woo! All right. I'm going to give you guys a quick sneak peek at what the forms for mastermind groups and accountability buddies look like, okay? I don't have much time, and integrity is number 1 here, so we're not going to completely go through them. But those of you wanting to ask some questions, because we have to end the call, we're going to stay on with those of you who can stay on for another 10 minutes, okay? So we're going to end 10 minutes from now just to answer some questions. Those of you who really got to go, you can go, and don't worry, you're not going to miss out, and here's how. I'm going to make sure I upload the video for this later, and also separately upload the questions and answers, the Q&A as well. So you guys could just read through the Q&A if you couldn't stay on. Okay, so you guys know you have your permission to go and get off this call right now if you need. If you guys have a question and you gotta go, then I will personally make sure that I answer it. Just write your questions in the chat box right now, only if you have to go and you have a question, okay? Write it in the chat box and I'll run through it and we'll answer it. And you can watch it later or read it in the transcript. All right. So I don't see any new questions, but if you guys notice that someone wrote a question, just let me know so that I don't miss it. You can unmute yourself and let me know. Okay, let's run through. I'm going to share my screen. Those of you who are on the phone, just watch the video later and you'll see what it looks like. Andrea, something quick?
Yeah, I just want to make.
Oh, sorry, I muted you. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I haven't missed anything as far as payment for the registration, because it did come up, but it wouldn't allow me.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the beginning and I'll mention it again. Thank you.
Okay, maybe I didn't understand. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So any of you who pre-registered, you haven't been able to register, which is a big problem. You are going to get within 3 hours of now, within 3 hours, you're going to get emailed a link where you can register and should register really quickly so that you don't miss out. But if for some reason you pre-registered and have to wait till the last day, and because of me, you missed the first 2 days, you're going to get 2 extra days from me as a bonus. So just only if you pre-registered, okay? So once again, the answer to this is simply you're going to get emailed within 3 hours if you pre-registered, and all the info is going to be there. And if you have any trouble, you can email info@iinspire.io or just discuss it on our group. All right.
Yahli, how about if you pre-registered and then you registered on the link anyway?
No, that's not a problem. At some point I blocked that off, but it's not a problem. You're registered, no worry.
Okay, thank you.
There are no multiples. Yes. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you real briefly what the forms are going to look like. Again, these forms are only available to those people registering to the challenge, okay? So you guys can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Perfect. So welcome to your mastermind grouping sheet. This mastermind grouping sheet allows you guys to pick your mastermind groups. And I love this sheet because it really just allows you the flexibility to choose on your own, okay?
Free.
Obama.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, this is my mastermind group. Sorry, no room left. But, but yeah, I have God Almighty there and Oprah Winfrey and some other cool people. Regardless, this is just an example sheet so you guys understand how to use it. It's basically made of just a few areas, okay? So first of all, you're going to start with your group number. That's the way we're going to recognize you on these calls, okay? Group number 1, group number 2. And you're going to choose a group name that you're going to do on your first session together with yourselves. And you can fill it out, whatever name that you love. Just do it. And one of the things I added here as a kind of helper, and you guys can change this up if you're the first person to enter your details here. By the way, if you registered, you're going to get this in your email today. Okay, you're going to get this sheet and you're going to be able to register first. So you're going to put your full name, your email, your location. Try to be as detailed as possible. This is for your group members and you want to tell the truth. Okay, so yes. Phone number, leader, yes or no. I'll explain that in a moment, and notes. Okay, so basically what that means is if you're the first person to enter, and by the way, even if there are 2 or 3 people in this mastermind group, you can choose to start a new one, okay? You don't have to go in a certain order. You want to be a first in a group, just start a group, no problem. Do whatever you feel like on these sheets. Just don't delete anyone else. It's the only thing. So let's say I'm first right now. I'm going to put my full name there. I'm not going to do all of it right now, but my full name. Sorry, you know what? Let's go to the example. So I'm going to put my full name here, my email, my location, my phone number, and then leader, yes or no. So do I want to be a group leader? First of all, what will that require for me? And what will that grant me? So what it will require from you, and this will be written in your email as well, so no worries. What it will require from you is a little extra time and massive integrity. Massive integrity means you're going to show up to all of your meetings, okay? Or to at least most of your meetings, and you're going to make sure that you have a leader replacement when you don't. That means super integrity. So if you can't show up to all of them, but you're sure that you can find a replacement and at least have integrity around that, then volunteer to be a call leader. Now, why do you need more time? Because, and this is the cool part, it grants you a mastermind group leader grants you a weekly meeting with me where I coach the call leaders to all together as a group. The mastermind group leaders, I coach them on that week how to work with their team in order to get the best results, and they're going to be able to share, what your guys are going through, and we're going to make sure that they can help you and that your group is doing awesome, and that's the way we're going to show up for this. So if you love that responsibility and want to get access to being in that group and having all that fun with me, then definitely volunteer to be a call leader. Now, if there are a few people on the list, multiple of people can say yes. Why? Because then it's almost like elections, right? So when you're a group, you can decide together, who's best for that. And the other people could be replacement options for when you can't be the leader, okay? So don't worry about whether or not you are the leader, you aren't the leader. Just say a yes or no if you'd like to take on that responsibility. We want to make sure that there's at least one yes in each group. Otherwise, I will have to change your groups up, okay? So if you don't want to be a leader, then just make sure, be aware, come back to me that there's a group leader there. Bless you, Ralph. Otherwise, we'll have to change things up. Make sure you guys have a leader. It makes sense, right? Yes. Okay. Notes, is anything relevant? Don't start the whole, woo, so excited. Oh my God, here's this, here's that. I wanted to tell you about my dog and my cat. Just make it all about, something, I prefer video. I can't make it to a call once a month, whatever it is, just put it here. Or I prefer evenings or mornings or whatever. And on the left-hand side here, it grants you an opportunity to try to start a group with a certain restriction. If you think it's something global that a lot of people will prefer, you can write it over here. If you're the first person, you can't change it up if you're not the first person to do it. So you can write meets once a week, and then if someone scrolls through, they say, oh, I want to be in a group that meets once a week, and they could list themselves. Or if they see meets twice a month, oh, I prefer that, then they can list themselves. Or if it says, I don't have that example, but if it has maybe email only, okay, maybe it's a group of really busy people that can only do email, then they're going to write that here. Anyway, I got to stop sharing. I'm just going to give you a sneak peek at the accountability buddy group sheet. This one is really easy. You're just going to have to write, if you want an accountability buddy, first of all, if you want to be paired up with an accountability buddy, you write your name, your email, and if you have any comments, for example, you will really want to be with someone specific, or you don't want to be with somebody. I bet you don't want to write that down here. But I don't know. You'd love a female buddy because it's just more, I don't know, whatever it is that you feel comfortable saying and writing down in the comments, you have an option to do that, okay? If you've had previous buddies on the previous challenge, please write me that in the comments, okay? So that I know, and you'll get more info later. You don't fill out the left side, just the right side, just the left side, and that's pretty much how easy it is. Anyway, there are examples. If you guys have any questions, let me know. All right. Time for brief questions Anyone who wants to, this is your time. Let me just check the chat if anybody asks any questions there. Do you guys, okay, I see some questions. All right, I think the first question is, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys can check on the chat too, maybe I'm missing something. I see a question from Maria, and she's changing her name all the time, so I'm not sure, but Maria DeSol. So she says, what would be the platform used to the 100 Days Challenge? Zoom, Mastro Call, or phone call? So the answer is the platform we're going to use is Zoom, just like we're using right now. We're going to keep using it. The difference is we're going to have a different link so that not everybody can connect to it, and you're going to get that link in your email if you're registered, so you can, you know, participate. And also you've been checking if I can close it off only to people logging in with their email. So that'll be even more, you know, restricted. But we're going to use Zoom because you can use the phone if you need to, and it's convenient. I can easily record. But if we see that it's going to make any problems, like I said, we're going to be a close-knit team and be able to decide on things together. Maybe I'll even put it in the survey. Then we can move to Google, what's it called? Broadcast, Google something. I forgot what it's called, but it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool way to
Hangout, right? Hangout.
It might be the Hangouts, but there's kind of a live version of Hangouts that's broadcasted and
on air.
On
so
air.
Every day is gonna be on video, right?
On air.
Yeah, on air. But I'm not sure about restrictions there, so we'll see. We'll see. Right now, the answer is Zoom.
And also, sorry, Yahli, also every day on video.
Huh? What? Sorry?
Every day is gonna be on video, right?
We only have Sunday calls, so the Sunday calls are going to be on video. Yes, you can join by phone, but here's something that comes together with the integrity challenge or just integrity in general. Just think about it this way, okay? If you guys had a date, okay? If you were single, had a date with someone you really are excited about meeting, you know, and you have a date and, you know, you got to drive somewhere at that time, you know, so, you know, you guys could just, like, what would you do, okay? Would you tell your date, hey, listen, I can't make it to the date, so let's move it around, or maybe you move around what you need in your schedule, or would you tell your date, hey, listen, I got a bunch of things I have to do at the same time, I got to drive somewhere, so let's have the date on the phone? What do you think? Would you do that? I think not. I'll give you another example, okay? You have a coaching call. There's this coach, big shot coach that you've been waiting for their session forever. It took you so long to afford this coach because a meeting with them is over $1,000 for just 1 hour, right? And even 45 minutes. And it's finally time for your call. How are you showing up for that meeting, right? Are you busy with other things at the same time? Are you driving somewhere while you're doing it? Or if he's on video, are you on video and, you know, closing the doors and making sure that everything works and nobody disturbs you? Probably the last option, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Now think to yourself, why are you showing up that way? Maybe it's because you paid a lot of money, so you have something on the line that you don't want to lose. So you care, right? And maybe it's because you have respect for them and their time. And maybe it's because who they are for you is a leader. And maybe it's because you want to prove yourself. So think about all those points now in relation to these calls, for instance. what kind of person are you going to be if the way that you show up to this call is understanding that all these people here are big leaders, that that you putting yourself on the challenge is like spending thousands of dollars. It's that much accountability. And if who you want to be is that person that you want to be in your life, and you get to create that on these calls. So I promise that if you show up on video even though you don't want to, if you clear away distractions even though you can't, if you cancel things in order to get on these calls on time and show up on video, I promise you your challenge will be so much more effective. And so will other people's. Because when you look at them as leaders, they become leaders. And so will you. Okay, so that's the last note on that. I really prefer you guys show up on video. Okay, let's see if I have more questions on this. Are the calls every day at 7 a.m.? Okay, Peggy, thank you for your question. And no, the calls are never at 7 a.m. We have a different group called iinspire Morning Call Group, which I really recommend everybody joins. It's a free group. It has free conference calls every day at 7 a.m. Eastern time. And it's absolutely powerful because people from the community are the speakers on these calls. I host them, but the people themselves and you can be a leader there too. So people volunteer to lead on different topics that are close to their hearts. It's so much inspiration throughout your week. 7 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday, and some of the calls are uploaded there as well. Definitely check out the group if you're not on it. But this 100-day challenge, people who register, we only meet on Sundays once a week, and the time is not set yet. We're going to set it this week. You guys are going to get an email with a survey. So please participate in the survey if you want to get the chance to, make a difference and make sure that we set a time that's right for you. So whoever participates in the survey will be able to help me out in finding the right time to meet. It's probably going to be around the morning on Sunday because most people want to go out and do stuff. But what time exactly, we're going to choose together. Will the Sunday calls be recorded? Yes, absolutely. Yes, uploaded by Monday, and you'll get emailed as well. Yahli, will there be another, Andrea asks, will there be another private group on Facebook for this new challenge? I don't think it requires it. If you guys really want to, you'll be able to write it in the notes on your survey. I think that we can use the same one, but if you guys feel illustrations, let me know and we'll change it up. Okay, it's what most of you decide together. But there will be a private group for mastermind leaders so that they can prepare together. Google Sunday calls. Ingrid asks, I already answered that. Sorry, they'll be recorded. Ingrid, how do mastermind groups connect? Rockstar Ralph asks. So Ralph, mastermind groups decide among themselves how to connect. Once you guys fill out a group, okay, you'll be able to connect on Facebook and engage, create a group for yourself on Facebook. You can add me if you'd like, and you can find the best strategy that works for you. And that's the beauty of it. So if for some reason, you were 5 people and you saw that the strategy just didn't work for one of you guys, you can move to another group in the beginning and find a group that works around your schedule in the best way. I'm going to help you guys out with that if needed. And I have another one. I think that's just talk. If you guys see another question there, let me know. We have some hands raised. But before the hands raised, if you guys don't mind, just maybe there's someone trying to speak on the phone, someone who's not on video. Anyone not on video? No, okay. So Andrea, your hand is still raised.
Yeah, Lolly, the only reason why I was asking about the private group is you're very, I don't know, you're on top of things, what I'm getting at, and you leave us a link and the phone numbers to call for our 100-day challenge and morning calls and what have you. I was asking about the private group because it's going to be out there for folks that haven't registered. I'm supposing, I'm just kind of guessing.
Yeah. So thank you, Andrea, for the question. It's a good question. First of all, we're going to be using a lot of the emails this time. That's why I'm always saying register with your good emails. If you guys need to change the email you registered with because it wasn't your best email, let me know. But we're going to do a lot of things through email. But again, if you guys want a private group, we could do that. It's just like, I kind of like that we have that group where other people from previous challenges or other challenges can get inspired by. They won't be a part of it, but they can be inspired, maybe help out and become a part of. And that's the way I see it, but it really depends on you guys. It's not a public group. The group you have right now is not public, but it's also not shut down just for this challenge. It includes previous challenges as well. All right, we have Katana.
Oh, hi, I'm a rock star. I'm Katana. Hi, everybody. Yahli, I'm confused with the mastermind. So how many people are in that group?
They're going to be between 3 to 5. It really doesn't have to be completely full, but it's not going to be over 5 people.
So if we've been involved in all of these things thus far and we already have our own people, we can just go ahead and do that and fill it out?
You can. I do want to kind of encourage most of you guys who've done previous challenges to mix a little bit this time around for 2 reasons. One, because if you already have a sense of what it's like and you guys have already, built a foundation of integrity, you can bring that into new groups and be a contributor to them in that way.
Okay, so I thought maybe that was what you were going to say. So with that in mind, do we just write our name on there and then have other people like attached to you? Is that what happens?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have kind of a free hand in that as long as you don't touch other people's names. And at some point when I see groups that are closed, when 3 people are already listed, I'm going to lock the option to write on those. So it's going to be managed pretty well.
Okay, and then last question with that. So when you sign your name on there, I was confused with what you showed because you have the option of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days a week or something with that, right?
No, you could just write whatever you want in that box. Okay, if you're the first person, or if.
But is there a box that we pick that chooses how many days we want to do it with the group? Correct?
It's right now it says meets once a week, but you can change that and write 5 times a week, or you can discuss that with your group and with let's say this. Let's say you, Katana, and I don't know, and Andrea list yourselves on the same list. Okay, you could just go on Facebook or call Andrea and say, "Hey, Andrea, I saw that you're on the same list as me. Do you want to make this group like a bi-monthly group kind of thing? Should we meet twice a month, do you think?" And you can say yes. So write it in that box so that the next people entering will be able to choose according to that. I'm going to empty those boxes, so you write whatever you like, okay?
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm confusing it because you talked about earlier a couple times about the mastermind groups meeting as much as somebody wants to meet, because some people want 2 times a week or 5, depending on your schedules, like how many times you want to meet.
Right. So decide with your mastermind group and make sure it's fit.
Okay.
And and if it's not fit for you, then change mastermind groups. Okay. It's really not about the people, what they seem like in the beginning. I promise you that it's about just whatever you give to your mastermind, no matter who's in there. That's how powerful your group is going to be. It depends on you. Take full responsibility. Whatever you give, that's what it's going to be. It's not the people, what they look like, what kind of they have. Okay?
Okay. So you suggest just sign your name and hang out.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Any more questions, anyone? Because we really got to end.
All clear.
Okay, great. Karen, something quick?
Yeah, I had wrote, good morning. I wrote this down, but I was just wondering if you should be in the same group as an accountability buddy.
It's a good question. I don't think that you shouldn't. I think kind of decide amongst yourselves, okay? Like you and your accountability buddy when you're grouped together. Ask each other what you guys think. Decide together. If you find enough powerful points for why yes to be in the same group, maybe you'll have more things to discuss that are related, then do that. If you find more reasons not to be, so maybe you can like bring things in from the different groups and empower each other, then do that. But you guys have kind of full flexibility in making those decisions, as well as the mastermind groups themselves. That's the beauty of it, is you guys really just can put yourselves on them, take yourself off of them. As long as you don't touch other people's names, you could just really do whatever you want, and just make it the best team. Make it the best, pair. The accountability buddies, by the way, will be randomly selected. I don't even do it with my head. There's an actual program that randomizes your names, just so you guys know. So it's not going to be like, but Yahli, but why did you put me with someone in, I don't know. So if they don't work out, I'm going to make sure that you have a powerful pair, okay? So if something doesn't work out, we're going to follow up with that person and make sure that, everybody has an accountability buddy that they're feeling holds them accountable, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. How do I say your name? Osias? Oh, I can't hear you. Can't hear you for some reason. Do you want to write it in the chat box? Yeah, he's going to write it in the chat box, but he can't write how to say his name. Oh, well. Did I say it correctly? I guess not.
Just call him a rock star.
Yeah, rock star over there. All right, apologies for being late. I really want to answer all your questions, and thank you guys for staying on, so many of you. We're gonna rock this challenge, and I just want to mention, after this call, okay, if you guys have any questions, try to group them together in the same kind of post. So I'll post, if you guys have any more questions, please write them over here, and then write in there instead of creating a million posts that I can't find and answer. And we'll answer more of your questions as we go. And make sure you guys register today. I'm serious about that today. Let me see what you wrote. Okay. My name is Jamie. Yeah? All right, Jamie. Osiris is my company from another chat. Sorry. Okay. I got an email from you with a name and an address. Is that my accountability buddy? No, really? You got a name and an address? That's not my name? I don't know. I don't know why you got a name and an address, but you know what? Write me on Facebook. Find Yahli Rashi on Facebook, YAHLI, or write my email. So I'm writing you guys, in case you don't have me on Facebook, I'm writing in the chat, Yahli Rashi, and you can email info@iinspire.io if you need anything. So it's not your accountability buddy yet. We're going to match them up only at the end of the registration or in the upcoming days this week. And yeah, and it's going to be pretty clear that it's your accountability buddy. You're going to get a lot of tips and tricks from me and a lot of cool stuff. And we're going to discuss that on the calls, and it's going to be so fun. Just super, super fun. Okay. I'm just going to go over what we discussed today. So just a moment, just so we can end powerfully. Wherever you are, just stretch. Stretch your bodies out. Feel amazing. Woo! All right. Okay, so we discussed writing a letter to yourself, okay? Write a letter to yourself, a thank you letter this week. Other than that, think of places in your life where you lack integrity, those little things that you put aside. How can you restore that integrity this week? It'll give you a fresh, kind of clean place to come from to this challenge, and I promise you it won't be the same. So do all those things, and I'll write all kinds of tips and recommendations regarding that this week. And I want your shares. Share what is it that you're going to do, okay? Share it. Share it. Be generous, be loving, and share. And lastly, you know, make sure that you go over the forms, register. And when you're done and you get your accountability sheets and mastermind group sheets, fill them out. Get ready to rock with that. By the way, those things are optional if you really just don't want an accountability or don't want to be in a mastermind group. You don't have to. It's a cool benefit, though, if you can. And once again, if you're super, super busy, can't be on video, don't like to be on voice, just try to open a group where you write emails only or something like that and see if other people feel the same, okay? So that can always be an option for you as well. Cool. So do all those things. Get ready to rock this week. Get ready to be excited. This challenge isn't like anything you've ever experienced. Jairek Robbins is going to join our call. I'm going to be so proud of all you guys and everything you achieve and what you do. And we've spoken about how incredible you guys are. So I know he's excited to meet you. And lastly, the last thing I want to mention is share this challenge. Share this challenge with everyone you know. There are so many different reasons why. One is, I know we're all kind of a little selfish and we like to keep cool things to ourselves. Come on, admit it. Come on. You like to be the best person in the crowd. You like when people say, wow, your life works so well. Why am I still ordinary? But I promise you that once you hit that level of, a lot of you guys have been to a Tony Robbins event. He says, you know, follow growth and contribution. It's the spiritual levels of, you know, of life. Once you get into that contributor level and you really give with all of yourself and be vulnerable and share that, even if it's people who you think will think you're weird, you know, I promise you that things will change in your life. You'll see. So make that a part of your challenge, you know, share even where you wouldn't have shared normally. And if you want to support me, by the way, you guys know I'm doing everything pro bono. This is the first and only thing that actually something's going to come through with, and it's going to enable me to come closer to you guys and keep working on this. So if you want to contribute to me, one of the ways you can do that is by, if you see my posts on groups that you're a part of, comment so that people know that we're a big group of people, because they can't know if they're like 3 likes. They're like, oh, well, this girl is just advertising some whatever. And I'm not. I'm really just committed to everyone's success, and I'm really committed to making this powerful and incredible. And you guys can contribute in sharing yourselves on those groups, letting people know what it's like, what it is, or commenting on posts. Whatever you see fit to do and you think will be of contribution, definitely go out there and do it. Share, and let's start this 100-day challenge with all of the most incredible achievers out there. And let's make it so worth it that we'll just never forget these 100 days. If you're excited, and I'm excited, and if you're muted and you were muted most of this call and you don't have noise, you can unmute yourself. We're going to rock out together.
Yeah! Woo! Woohoo!
20 days of rocking out. Let's thank everyone for being on the call today. I'm so excited to be on this challenge with you. And I'm going to see you guys soon.
Can't wait! Woo! Woo!
Love you guys. Bye, everyone.